Gentlemen, this is a separated band on the transcription, not for your prospect, mind you, but a direct message to your station executive and representative. Naturally, you are particularly concerned with the salability of this production, and your success and the success of the production will depend upon the proper selection of a prospect. Now, let me make a simple suggestion, but one to which we have given a lot of thought. Before the presentation that will follow immediately, please fix in your minds that tough, discriminating prospect that you want most to sell. And as you follow the presentation along, keep that prospect vividly in mind. Having done this, I'll wager that you'll take this warmly human, philosophical old friend of yours, Uncle Ezra, along with you on the next call. Once properly introduced by you, he will surely bring your prospect to your studio, and depend upon it, once your prospect is there, an audition will convince that tough, discriminating individual that no quicker goodwill builder, no surer business getter can be found than Uncle Ezra. So call on that shrewd, pragmatic banker, and don't forget that he understands human nature, too. Call on that discriminating merchandiser, the general manager of your largest department store. He'll know how to tie his daily shopping news to such human interest. And see that hard-driven manufacturer. He's not too occupied to realize that he can't wait till peace to win public trust and popularity. He'll listen. He's resourceful, imaginative, and very human. But go today, seriously and thoughtfully, after your toughest and best prospect, and take Uncle Ezra with you. Watch him open up that sale, and watch him close it, too. And now, in just a moment, you'll hear from Jack Holden. Thank you, gentlemen.
The sound of the old-fashioned music box. It sounds familiar to you, doesn't it? I'm sure that particular melody does. It's a most familiar and welcome melody in homes all over the United States and Canada. It's called When the Bees Are in the Hive, and millions of people on hearing it will immediately develop a mental picture of one of radio's best-loved and most popular stars. Need I go any further? I think not. For you all know I'm referring to that lovable character, the old jumpin' Jenny Wren Uncle Ezra from Rosedale down in Coles County. Yes, you were way ahead of me, weren't you? And no doubt as happy as I when you know that Uncle Ezra is going to be a daily visitor in your home and mine. We're going to hear more of his typical sage philosophy, his witty and laughable stories, those unforgettable thoughts for the day that have endeared him to the hearts of the nation's radio audience for years, as he's been heard on hundreds of radio stations. Yes, I'm sure that you're going...
Hey, young fella. Say, what are you spouting off about?
Well, hello there, Uncle Ezra. Say, this is timely. I was just telling the folks about you and this new program series.
Well, cut it short. Let's go fishing.
All right, Uncle Ezra, I'll go fishing with you. But now, look, I'm sure that you can answer some questions the folks would be glad to hear about.
Well, good. Fire away.
How's the little 5-watt radio station coming along, Uncle Ezra?
Oh, just fine, yes. Might bust out over the elements any minute.
Well, when it does, you'll certainly have an audience. Oh, by the way, Uncle Ezra, I meant to ask you, you know, the last time I visited Rosedale, you showed me your fine collection of Stetson hats that the governors of various states had sent you.
Yes, Jack, I'm mighty proud of those fine gifts. Jumping Aunt Hannah, I got a 10-gallon Stetson hat from every governor in the United States.
Golly, 48 of them, huh?
No, 92. They come in mighty handy, though, when I'm working out in the fields.
Oh, yes, that's another thing I wanted to mention. I hear that you're really in this farming business.
You mean you ain't seen my victory garden?
Victory garden?
I'm working a 560-acre victory garden.
Oh, well, good for you, Uncle Ezra. And now tell us, How are things in Rosedale?
Oh, everything's moving along according to schedule, Jack, and all the folks are just busier than bees in the hive.
Oh, and how's old Peck Mullen?
Oh, well, Peck was laid up a spell last winter with rheumatism, but when he heard the first robin a chirping on the fence post, he was up and at it again.
Well, good.
Yeah, you see, Peck is one of the active members of our Spit and Whittle Club, and come nice weather, they ain't no holding him in the house.
I see.
Yeah, so I tell you, things are humming in Rosedale. Yeah, we're mighty proud of our war bond sales, too. We got a big wooden thermometer there in the park, and on every lone drive, we've had that red ribbon way over the top.
Oh, that's great, Uncle Ezra.
Betcha. Oh, mercy, yes, we've been a-buying 'em and we've been a-selling 'em. Broadcasting programmers for war bonds, giving band concerts, and Jack, I've even been going around the country giving speeches.
Well, now, that's nothing new to you, Uncle Ezra. If I'm not mistaken, you were helpful in selling millions of dollars worth of Liberty bonds back in 1917.
Yeah, that's right. Say, what was the name of that song? We've done it before, and by cracky, we'll do it again.
Ah, that's the spirit, Uncle Ezra.
Sure.
But say, young fella, tell me, are you all set to hit the airwaves coast to coast again and visit with all the folks who want to hear you?
Well, Jack, I'll put it this way. They tell me the folks around the country would like to have me drop in on 'em for a spell each day. Yes, sir. I never was a buddy who liked to talk to himself, so I'm all for it. Yep, I'll be mighty happy to have a little chat with my friends.
Oh, and there are millions of your friends who'll be mighty happy to hear that, Uncle Ezra.
Yeah, but say now, looky here, you young whippersnapper, you got me off the track. I told you I wanted to go fishing. Are you coming along?
I'll be with you in just a few minutes, Uncle Ezra.
Well, hurry up now, 'cause I'm going to dig the worms and we get going right away.
All right, Uncle Ezra. Well, friends, there's the grand old man we're going to visit with every day. The 5 minutes he spends with us will go all too fast, as you know. But rest assured, Uncle Ezra will pack into those daily little visits a great deal of good, wholesome, down-to-earth thinking. Those little chuckles at his typical American humor, his timely remarks and observations, his thought for the day, will continue to impress millions as they have for years. Here is our kind of a lovable man. It's his kind of man that has helped to build America and the things for which it stands. The simple yet lofty ideals that make for honest-to-goodness living. And that's why Uncle Ezra for years has been loved by men, women, children the nation over. He's always been the friend of men in all walks of life. The coal miner and the senator, the ditch digger and the governor, the merchant, the banker, the clergy, the mother and the child. Yes, an entire nation is welcoming the daily opportunity to sit down and relax in their homes when they hear the familiar notes of the old-fashioned music box which tells them it's time for Uncle Ezra.